Hi everyone, Tom here with Audio Imperia, and today we're going to be taking a look at Legacy. Legacy is a collection of older sound design libraries from Audio Imperia's catalogue. Those include Dark Dimensions, Event Horizon, Scenes from the Multiverse, and Terraform. They've all been consolidated into just one library called Legacy, and the UI is now based on the new Pyramid engine that you'll see across Audio Imperia's sample libraries. It is now also integrated with the free Contact player, so it will show up in the library browser tab alongside other Audio Imperia sample libraries like Araya, Nucleus, Trailer Guitars 2, Talos, Jaeger, and Cerberus. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start by taking a look at Dark Dimensions, which has 9 different patches: booms, downers, drones, futuristic effects, hits, reverse effects, risers, stingers, and whooshes. So let's take a look at these. So while we're here looking at drones, I just want to quickly mention the different features you can see in the UI. Now, there are other videos that will cover this new engine in a lot more detail, and it's pretty much unified across all libraries, but in case you haven't seen that, you'll see here that we have the volume, we have panning, which we can control. We also have the low pass filter cutoff and high pass filter cutoff. And you can automate them as well. We have the stereo spread. We have attack and release. So you really do have a lot of control there. And also, finally, the pitch. We also have an effects page, like you will have seen in other videos, and you can affect the sounds in different ways, so you can add things like a chorus. Or a flanger. You can have as many effects as you want at one time. So you can have delay, reverb, chorus, for example. And you can always save these as presets or open presets that you might have saved somewhere else. So that's it. Let's move on to the next patch in Dark Dimensions. Okay, so we've looked through Dark Dimensions, so now let's take a look at Event Horizon. This folder also has 9 patches: downers, drones, drums, hits, pulses in 3/4, pulses in 4/4, spiccato synths, subs, and transitions. So let's have a look. So one thing that's slightly different about the Event Horizon patches compared to the previous one is that you have different sets of drones here that you can take a look at. And don't forget that some patches might have these little arrows here, which means you have different sounds within that same patch. So for example, these drones, they're all mapped across the keyboard so you can play them in whatever key you want, and you have an option of different sounds there. So we'll take a look through a few of these. And you have control of all of this, so if you wanted a longer release, you could turn that up. Like we mentioned in one of the previous patches, you have different sounds in here. They're actually different loops. You have the full mix followed by the individual stems if you want to break it out a little bit more, and it's all playable across the keyboard. So say we like this, but we don't want everything from there. We could just take layer 1 or layer 2. So you could have this on like different tracks, and you could blend one in, start with just the simple layer and build in maybe another layer around it. But let's just take a few more sounds to take a look at. And then we have the exact same pulses but in 4/4. So here we have a spiccato synth patch, and you've got a bunch of different options here. And these are really good to layer underneath your strings. For example, if you're working on a hybrid orchestral track and you have a spiccato pattern played by the strings and you want that layered with something that's not like the real orchestra but more like synths, this is a great thing for that. Okay, so next we've got Scenes from the Multiverse. This has 10 different patches: booms, Brahms, downers, drones, hits, pulses, reversed effects, rises, short hits, and stretched effects. It's also worth mentioning that whatever BPM your session is in your digital audio workstation, things like pulses will adjust to that. So we're at 120 beats per minute at the moment. If I bring it down, you'll see that this will adjust. So now let's take a look at the Terraform category. There are 14 patches in the folder, and they include ambient major, ambient minor, high tonal 3/4 major and minor, high tonal 4/4 major and minor, low tonal 3/4, low tonal 4/4, mid tonal 3/4 major and minor, mid tonal 4/4 major and minor spread across 2 patches, and then percussive 3/4 and percussive 4/4. So let's take a look. So that pretty much covers it for Legacy. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, let us know down below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.